Hey everybody, it's Braden here from Royal LePage Little Oak Realty. Welcome to my housing market update covering March. Thank you so much for joining me. The spring market has not fared so well this year due to a little bit of economic uncertainty, some political uncertainty, and definitely a lot of volatility all the way around. So let's jump into this a little bit here. And we can see a little bit about what's going on, and hopefully you can gain some insights. Looking really quick at the numbers, first and foremost, month over month, all green numbers here and by a large margin. Lots of new listings streaming into the market. Sales were up 15%, inventory also up by 12%. However, looking at the numbers that I feel are a little bit more important, and I always say this, but these are the ones that we really should be tracking if we want to know the overall trends in the marketplace. And that is sales, inventory, and new listings, yeah, all of them, but the 10-year average. So look, new listings actually only 10% above the 10-year average, which is interesting to see, but sales down by 50%. The market is running at half of what it otherwise would be given a normal year in the past 10 years. So that's really interesting. A lot of people are sidelined. A lot of people are, choosing not to buy. Half of them, 1 in 2, are saying no, thank you. And then inventory, look at 62% above the 10-year average. We have 62% more listings out there floating around. So I think that really says a lot about this market. So what is going on out there? Why is this happening? And, you're probably aware there's a number of different reasons why. I think, prices are high. Interest rates are still relatively high, but they're coming down. So we have those things that are going on first and foremost. But we also have the Trump tariffs. We have the Trump effect going on. So the tariffs, yes, they've been delayed now. They're here, they're not, they're up, they're down. It's this country, it's that country. It's all over the place. Will they ever take effect? I don't know, but it's causing volatility in the stock markets. And that is really it's taking a toll on buyer confidence is what's going on. Then we also have the political uncertainty up here in Canada. We have this election coming. At the beginning of the year, even at the end of last year, it seemed like the Conservatives were a shoo-in, that they were going to win this in a landslide. But then Trump came in, and I think what happened was the Liberals they leveraged Trump in order to build a platform. They built a platform around him, and they really stole all the momentum away from the Conservatives. So now we have this uncertain election. It seems like the Liberals were going to be ousted. Now it seems like maybe they could win this election. So that is creating uncertainty here because the platforms are different. We have platforms that have different taxes, different spending, tax cuts, spending increases. So that will definitely change the conditions of the market depending upon which party gets elected. So this is, of foremost importance, I think, to everybody in this country, irrespective of if you're thinking about the real estate market or not. But of course, it does have implications there. So yes, what I'm getting at, all of this plays into buyer confidence. Buyer confidence is paramount. All of this uncertainty and volatility create doubt about, where the market is going. And that means people are going to sit it out even more than they already are. But the thing that is really interesting to keep in mind is that prices are stable, despite sales being half of what they are, inventory being more than half, like 62% higher than it normally would be. All that being said, prices are still stable. So that to me means that there is still, despite it all, a lot of buyer confidence out there. It's just a lot of people, I think, first-time buyers and investors, and there are a cohort of people that are not buying right now. But once the market conditions improve, I think we will see a flood of interest in the market as sideline buyers come back into the fold. But when that will be, I don't know. So that all remains to be seen. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in and listening to me ramble. I hope I catch you next time. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Bye now.